Okay, so let's get to the back end of the mat. And we're going to do our little inchworm walkout. So just the walkout part of this. So you stretch down, get your body warmed up, stretch the calves, lay it all the way down, come up and just walk it back. Stand nice and easy, just real basic. Stretch and then getting that body all through that alignment. Oh, pulling your hips back, standing back up on your heels. The goal would be to get out into that laying out push-up in 3 or 4 steps with your hands. And then just take your time to do that. So no rush to it, but think of where you're stretching, how you load your weight, and we hold it right here in the plank. So get out into this plank and you're gonna hold it, hands to the edge, toes down the middle, and you just find your center kind of right here. Looking back at your toes, you're right at the top of your shoes, and then you're gonna push back to your heels, stretching your calves, push forward with your toes. So this would just be that horizontal slide. I go back in my heels, but your upper body stays the same height. My head goes forward, hips stay the same height, stretching back in those heels. And then your arms start to get that stabilizing right here. Hips go up high in that downward dog. And if you're more flexible, you can walk your hands back a little bit. Big stretch. Let's bend and straighten those knees so you're getting that calf stretch. You can circle your ankles a little bit. And big open chest reaches to the floor, tailbone to the ceiling. You're pulling your abs in nice and tight. You're gonna take a nice big inhale here. Exhale into plank, and then that left leg comes forward. Let's open that left arm. We'll keep with that lunge and your medium weights when we get these going. Come back through the center, bring that left leg back, right leg forward, lunge and reach. And then we'll do some of the lighter weights with speed and cardio with the legs. Come back into the plank, back with those feet, hands are wide, and you're going right into your first set of push-ups, all the way down and up. So just give me a nice, easy set. See how many you can do up on those toes, or see how many you can do with good form. Exhale as you push your chest away, full body kind of touches the floor there. So your goal is to get down so your chest in between your hands touches the floor, and then you come right back up. Hold it up right here. Jump your legs wide, stand up nice and tall. We open up that chest like this, and then we're just gonna take that knee across, hands up by your head, and then this is your posture thing. So just kind of open up that whole front of your body, and then we're gonna grab those light weights. Mine are not here, so we're gonna pretend. So you're stepping wider than your mat, and then we're gonna pull that elbow, pull the knee up to the elbow is really what you're doing, because you're standing up tall, opening up through the chest. So it's really upper back, shoulders, abs, pulling that knee in. All right, get narrow. Now, if your bench is handy, get your hands to that bench, and we're gonna do a narrow set of push-ups on the bench, and then we're gonna grab those weights. So you're going down and up, nice and tight. And now that incline of the bench makes it a little bit easier. So your chest goes over your thumbs, elbows are into your rib cage. So what happens, your elbows bend back towards your toes, and then now get the back of your arms into those triceps. And if you get that's too intense, you can hold it up in the plank, which we're gonna do here next. 3, 2, and then give your arms a little break, go down on that plank on your elbows, looking right over the middle of the bench, hands are just hanging off the front of the bench, and feel that slight decline, wanting you to sag in the middle, you pulling that up, and that helps if you look back at your toes. Feel that centering right down the front of your body, and then your toes kind of just give you that point of pivot where that plank from the heel to the back keeps you nice and solid, and you're breathing 10 seconds. Good. Perfect. 4, 3. Okay, pick up your little weights, and you're gonna stay right on the back end of this bench. So let's pretend my hand holding my weights. You're gonna take this left leg onto the bench, and you're just gonna push and stand like this. So you're gonna come up, and arms are coming out to the front. Right up, a little too close for you. So take that left leg. The heel doesn't move, you're planted. and your arm just come up while you go up. So it's kind of a swing, and those light, you can do 3s, 4s, 5s will start getting a little bit heavy, but the key is this arm straight out. When you come up, those heels of the weights come together just like that. And I'm right over that leg. So I'm not going too much back. I'm over that left leg, up and top. Stay up on the top, and we punch like this. So now you're going to get that cardio going. And your bench, this is ideal to have this width. You're punching as if someone's standing on each corner of your step. And then you're rotating. When your feet are up on here, all that movement comes from your rib cage. Really nice way to get those boxing moves. Relax those shoulders, chest is up, shoulders are back, arm extends right from that shoulder point, and that's the height of your punch. Right, left, good. And now get the heart rate up a little bit. We'll add that other leg back, so come back to the center, hands by your side, right leg, or left leg this time steps back, sorry, left leg steps back, up into the front, down, up into the front. So as long as your foot is in a good place, your balance shouldn't be challenged. Shouldn't, but maybe it is. You're light on that leg you're stepping down on. That's kind of the key with that one. It's a little tap off the floor, and then you come all the way up to the top. The key is to bend the right leg, straighten that right leg. 10. So that's not so bad. When you've got single leg movements, you're very isolated. 3, 2. Take it back wide, arms are here. Now 1, 2, 1, 2. So now you a little bit of lean. You're conscientious of your position on that bench, and your feet just stay grounded. So you don't want to move those feet because you're on a narrow little surface. I just lean to the right, lean to the left, and those 2 punches. Now, with those weights, you want to just make sure you're getting out, in, that elbow comes back to the rib cage. Each time, it may take you a little bit longer depending on the weight that you're holding. Yeah, feel what's working. Rib cage, shoulder, and you're breathing. Nice. When we do this next leg thing, we're going to alternate the lunges. So come back to the center, hands to the side. We go right. Now arms go out as you alternate. Step off right. And then that lateral raise right there for your shoulders. So it's kind of nice to keep your body in this right down the center. And then these arms can give the width out to the side. That looks good. Up and out. How fast you go is up to you. Light on that toe stepping, nice and tall and straight on those arms to the top. It's a great combination. Good. How narrow you step behind you, that's just your hips. So just keep that foot square to the front. All right, up on top. This time you're going to punch straight out. So now your opponent is right in front of you, kind of at your height of your head. So you're punching right to the head, which is a nice little visual. And you lean still. So I still lean because I want that action to be loaded on that right leg as that left arm punches. I come back through the middle, but elbows come back this time right up underneath kind of your chin, jawline, and you're punching right up from there. Yeah, those legs just give you that extra power. Push, push, push. Then we're going to do an isolated left leg movement. So bring your right leg back. We're going back to this left leg. You're just going to go here. So it's more of the speed. My right leg is solid on the bench. Left leg just barely taps the floor. And I drive that knee forward. So kind of like a one-legged running man, we call this. I'm leaning forward. So from the side, it kind of looks like this. I'm leaning over that thigh, and that leg is just stepping back. Yeah, and arms are kind of pumping. Good. That'll get that leg burning up a little bit on that right side. Nice. And we're going to do a superset with this. So this is a fast one. Slow is going to hold your arms up here. Hold it right here, still with that right leg on the bench. Now we lunge, up and kick. Lunge, up and kick. Arms are just going to keep you here for posture. Push. Oh, focus on something straight ahead of you. And then same thing, you come back nice and light on that left leg. Drive those hips forward. Extend through that heel. There you go. And then this is the position of the arms. Push. Good. We're going to give those legs a break with some more arm work up on top. 3, 2, stay up on top, back to that shoulder width. Now those arms are here, hook around, you kind of come right back to that middle, hook right, hook left. And the same kind of movement that I'm shifting and leaning out to the angle of the bench, hook it. And then that arm just follows through. So you want to be real parallel with that punching arm around to your other side, come back to the middle, around, and you're just getting that nice little rhythm, whatever your speed is. Get nice and low on those legs. You're kind of squatting that leg. I'm giving you 2 punches here before we go to the other side. Come back to the center. Now the uppercut is going to go up and out like you're going up underneath the jaw, to the right, to the left. Same thing with those foot placements. You're right on that edge, push. That little squat is going to load the weight so you can push up out of it. Yeah, boxing on this bench is just a really good way to isolate that foot movement, because if you get out of control with your feet, you're going to fall off. So be very isolated, but don't lose your power. And if that's not comfortable, obviously take it on the floor, no big deal. Okay, we've got the other leg to do. Load that left leg. Arms are up front. This is called guard position, down, up. So I'm just giving that little pump with that right knee as that left leg bends and straightens. Lean over it, drive that leg forward, push, push. So you're kind of at that forward position. Oh, that is a quad right on the top of that left thigh. Good. Whew, yeah, and you just want to bring that foot right up to the bench or up to the knee, whatever your balance allows for this. You're not really standing up tall on that left leg. Herein lies a problem. 4 seconds on this one. Then we hold the arms up, lunge with the kick, same leg. Down slow, up and kick. There's some sense of relief here. You're back on the toe, drive it up, push that heel forward, and then you come all the way back to the floor gracefully. Perfect. Yeah, see how that does with your chest and back on that posture? That's really good. Up and kick and back. Up and kick, nice. We're gonna do our next round of legs on the ground. 8 seconds, so drive through that hip, push, tap, push. Good, 3, 2. Okay, on the ground we go. So now I'm on my mat that's been shifting around. You're gonna take it wide, squat, jack, out in like this. So just nice and easy. Get those arms to your shoulder height. Feet are jumping wide, narrow. And once you have that mat down, the key is to keep your feet the width, jump high enough to jump in the center. Don't let it be an obstacle. It's 1/4 of an inch at the most thick, 1/8 of an inch, I think. So we should be able to jump over that. Yeah, heart rate's up. 4, 3, 2. Okay, set those little weights down. Catch your breath. Whew. That little extra resistance on the jacks will get you going. We're going back to the bench. I want your heavier weights handy. So your 12s, 15s, we're gonna pick those up for legs after we do the round of push-ups and some glute work. So I'm just gonna slide my bench right back down my mat that it's straddling. And I'm gonna go wide on this one. So we've already done one set of push-ups on the mat wide. This will be easier because you're elevated. Oh, if I say it's easier, then mentally you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is nothing. So hips are forward. You're up on those toes. Chest is going right over the top of that bench, and you tap, push up. So you see that your body kind of goes forward. You're going down and forward, up and back. And exhale, use that breath work. It makes it a little bit more, I don't know, coordinated. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you push up. Take the time. If you need the stretch, take the stretch up on the back. But you should be able to crank out a few of those up on those toes. Good. You have an option on this next one. Staying up high in the hands like this, you can walk them in. The left knee comes in, kick it up. So I mean, knee to the bench, kick up to the heel, knee to the bench. Up on your hands, you're gonna have a little bit more motion or space for the leg. Down on your elbows, you're gonna have a little more ab work. The knee comes forward, your body goes forward, and that big kick up to the back. Boom, push. Yeah, that right leg is just rolling to the toe, pushing back to the heel as that left leg is doing that work. And think about the glute. That's a really complex move. 4, 3. So we should isolate, hold it up right here, hold it up. And now that toe crosses back and lift to the left of your mat, to the right of your mat. You're tapping the floor behind, oh, that right leg now that's holding you is all quad down the front. That left leg is tapping behind it and then off to the left, off to the right. Give it a little bit of lift in the middle and don't bend your leg. Yeah, how high can it come up and over like you're drawing a big arc. Whoo. Yeah, that's not so easy. Looks pretty stable. Get into the arms, walk your hands narrow. Second set of high push-ups in the tricep position, down and up. So once again, see what you can do on those toes and you realize, oh, that's not so hard because I've given you, you're almost 10 inches off the floor. So there's that incline. So it's actually an easier push-up to do. So one of the next things we're going to do when we pick up those weights will be this arcing move. Just kind of that thought process of going up and over, making that rainbow shape that we just did with that leg. We're going to do that with a weight. So think about that, but it's arcing will come from the arms. Hold it up if you so choose or down on your elbows. This time, left leg is solid, right knee comes in, up and kick. Oh, that kick goes straight back. Pretend your bench or your mat has walls. You're staying right inside those walls. Kick straight back, pull that knee forward, abs, glute. Yeah, it's about your body shifting forward. And whatever your wrist can handle, if you're down your elbows, and think about how your abs go, but your head comes forward over the bench, knee taps the bench, and you push back into that left heel to get that kick. Okay, hold it right there. Left leg is down, right leg is lifted. You tap to the right corner, behind to the left. See that rainbow shape? Give me that peak in the middle. So it's high over the leg with a straight leg and a flexed toe. Tap, that's better. Good, good, good. We're gonna pick up one of those heavy dumbbells and we're gonna stay on the ground for this first round. And 8 seconds. Hold that plank, you're nice and tight, and let that leg do that movement. You can finish this out, come on, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, pick up your one heavy dumbbell. Gosh, I wish I had that. I'll pick up my kids' football. Okay, so we're gonna be here. You're going to go down and around, up and over. I go back and forth and back over my head to the other side. I go to the left, to the right, up and over, to the back, to the front, up and over. So I'm swinging one dumbbell. I go to, oh boy, to the knee, to the front, and then up and over my head, to the knee, to the front, up and over. So the key is to pivot. Now this carpet doesn't make that easy. Keep that going. To the back of the knee, to the front of the knee, up and over my head. Back of the knee, front of the knee, up and over. The key would be that you'd hold the weight, by the head of the weight. Oh, football just doesn't do it. Yes. Front of the leg, back of the leg. Push it up and you pivot. Look at your feet. Turn to the left and up. Pivot to the right. Drop, drop, up. Big leg movement when we're boxing. That's what we call your horse stance. And then you get that long arm. Whew, 4, 3. That should be heavy. All right. Good news is we're picking up the second weight. Now you've got both weights in your hand. Left leg is on the bench just as we started. This time it's a little bit more of a lunge. You're down and now it's a bicep curl. I'm down on that right leg. Left leg is on the bench and it's up in a curl. You've got both heavy weights in your hands. The pair. I don't have 2 footballs. And you're down nice and easy on that foot. Again, it's about how far you lean. You're working the leg that's on the bench. The back leg, your right leg is just a nice, easy tap. That is the hard part of that movement. to be light on that leg. Come up and elbows are nice and tight. Stay up on top. I'll show you from the side. Tilt forward. With those weights, you reach down and pull. Down over your feet, up by your ribs. Arms kind of are arcing out in front, up and pull on that angle. Nice. We're gonna do some standing up on the bench stuff here too, this for 2 exercises. Yeah, abs, keep your back flat there. So really pull your abs in as you're squeezing those shoulders. 10 seconds. You're gonna open up your stance. Turn your palms towards your thighs. 3, 2. Okay, I'm using the width of my bench, turning my palms toward me. So those weights are gonna go down to the knee, up and row. So I'm going down and then up and pull up to the chest. Exhale, push your chest forward. Elbows lead and squeeze you up to the back. Yeah, up and squeeze, nice. Once again, your legs are fixed kind of on there. You don't have a lot of movement or options to play around in that stance. I like it. Keeps you pretty isolated. And then we're just gonna repeat all of this with the other leg doing the work. 5, 4, squat. 3, 2, come to the center, line it back up. This time, right leg is gonna stay. Left leg off to the backside, easy, up and curl. Easy, up and curl. Lean forward. There, drive through that hip. Hip goes back on the right, push it forward, back on the right. And that weight should be good enough to tax those biceps. This is your second set of curls. And then you get a little momentum. Yeah, that 35 seconds should be all you want to do. We're going to come back up on the top. 4, 3. You can stay narrow this time or right over the front. Now the elbows go out like this, kind of like your upright row, but you're letting gravity hang in the front. From the side, you're pulling everything in the middle. Weights touch in front of your knees and then up and out to your shoulders. So elbows lead like that little puppeteering movement. Hands come out. Yeah, good, I like it. Think about your back, down the back of the arms. It's really full body today. It's not just backside. Sometimes I focus on that. 5, 4, 3. You're gonna just take your legs wider. Second set of squat with upright row. And that bench is about as the tiniest narrow place I can be. Squat, up and row. On the ground, I may step wider. So be real deliberate on where those weights go, to the bottom in between your knees and then up to your elbows. Elbows lead to the shoulder height. Yeah, that actually feels easy. The legs are helping you. Exhale, pull up. Great. That looks nice. And then we're going to go right back to the middle, alternating lunges off the back. Weights will just stay by the side. If you want to add that curl, you can. 3, 2, step it together. And I'm going to turn my arms out like this because I have no weight. I'm going to go right leg curl, left leg. My curl is going out to the side. So that's different. If your weights are real heavy or the lunge is challenging your legs, either dump the weights or don't move the arms. You can have that option. Whatever you so choose. This action changes the head of the bicep. So I've rotated out and you get that little peak on the arm a little bit differently. But you've got movement and height with the legs as you do this, really coordinated. Yeah, breathe. Exhale, curl.
That is a lot after yesterday.
Okay, is it? I was gonna
Yes.
say, when are you gonna start feeling this? Okay, come here. We're on the ground. We're on the ground, just as we did in the beginning. Now, here's your option. You can hold one dumbbell, which I probably would recommend, or both of them. It's really not about the weight. It's about this stance. So as we did at the beginning, your feet are off of the mat. You're gonna rotate elbow to the knee. So you're not really moving the weight. So catch your breath here. We got 10 seconds. I've been pushing you here. And I do not have a dumbbell, so it's a little bit easier for me. So choose what you want to do, shake it out. But here's the stance. I do love that we're kind of confined in this space and this is how we do it. So arms are like this in guard position and I lean and that knee makes it up to the opposite elbow. So my arms aren't really moving. You're going to get a lot more arms if you're kind of tired and lazy in the arms. You're going to get a lot more arm work. This should be back, abs, posture. Yeah, I lean into that standing leg. I look at the knee coming up. That's tapping that elbow. That is such an easy looking move. That is very, very, very complex. I love that move. Especially if you rotate and look, your whole spine gets that full twist. It's like standing ab work. Now, speaking of standing ab work, stay wide. Arms are here. We go right and left. If you've got a really heavy weight, keep your arms to your side. If the weight is light, reach that arm to the top as we go there. Whew. We did some pull-ups. Some of you did some pull-ups yesterday, and that's a lot of this action. So now you're doing the exact opposite where those muscles are like, I was just holding your body weight here. Now you want me to push up a weight in a different range? If you don't do that very often, that may kind of get you the next day. You're highly aware of it. Okay, now we're here. We pivot, reach down, come up, pivot, reach down, come up. If you've got one weight, to the floor, to the chest, pivot, to the floor, to the chest, through the middle. So on carpet, once again, you've got to lift up that heel. Go slow. I don't want you tweaking your knee. Yeah, if we were on the rubber floor, if a wood floor, you can pivot a lot easier, but it's that pivot, lower into the lunge, come up through the middle. We do this for a full minute, down, up through the middle, and rotate down. So I really want you just on that toe, weights to the toe, up to the chest, weights to the other toe. You're basically doing a lunge with a twist and a pivot through the middle, feet are wide. Good. That's again, complex. So some of it looks very basic. You're just making that nice little rotation. To make that look smooth takes a lot of work. Shoulders are back. I drop into the lunge. I stand up to that glute, pivot to the toe, drop into the lunge. Yeah, good. The light weights are going to feel so easy when we come back to this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay into the center. Now we're narrow, last thing on the floor with those heavier dumbbells. We alternate off the back end down, but you're going to go curl and stand, lunge, curl, down, stand. So you take that pause to give me a bicep curl in the lunge. Right leg is forward. You do a bicep curl, step forward.
Wait,
Right
you're
leg
still
goes
on the
back.
mat.
Yeah, I'm still just on the mat. So you're on the mat, on the ground. You step back, give me a bicep curl, then stand forward. So it's not coordinated. Normally we do the curl as we stand. You're holding the lunge down, one bicep curl, stand, down. We're going to do this for 2 cycles, and I'm just going to change up the angle of the arm. So arms are forward there. Turn your arms out. Same thing, down, outside curl, stand, lunge left, outside curl, stand. That is silly because you're holding that lunge while you do the bicep curl. And arms are turned out. Very nice. Whew. It's hard to keep your arms fully extended when they're rotated out like this. So what happens is you feel the tension the entire way, right? There's tension all through that movement. Very good. Oh, think about we're getting there. Think about those light weights. Okay, dump those heavy weights. Dump them, dump them, dump them. We do one in between move. Third or fourth, I don't know who's counting, push-ups. You're wide over the bench. This possibly could be the 4th. Now, what I would challenge you here, hold the plank here first. Let's just get ourselves aligned. I'm going to give you some options. So we know this is easier. So to make it harder, I can go down on the floor, just take it back and everything's on the floor. To make it one step harder, I can put my feet up on the bench, hands wide on the floor. So it looks like this. And let's do the push-ups from here. Give me 4, 3, 2, and then we go all the way down and up. So that's a decline push-up. So I challenge you, just push yourself, even if it means you're only doing 2 or 3 at the hardest level that you've done, it's going to make you stronger. So if that means I'm going to try 5 on my toes, great. Next time you try 6 or 7, you can always come back and make it easier, but you got to push those muscles past what they are comfortably able to do. And then you go back to your normal. Mentally, it feels like you're making it easier when physically you're doing the same thing. It's a great way to trick your body. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on your elbows. Let's get back on the bench. Up on those elbows, and my head is over my hands, which are relaxed. That right knee, kick. Left knee, kick. So take the time to get that leg in, bring it in, kick it up, plant it down. Opposite leg, in, kick it up. So here you've got to think about the foot movement. You got to isolate the upper body and then put all your power into the kick. Good, very good. Nice, nice, nice. Those little weights are just waiting for us. They're going to come back into play for a whole nother round. 3, 2. Okay, we've got one set of tricep push-ups. Keep it up on the bench. How about, let's be narrow because I like this. But this time, just keep it right over the top, down and up. Elbows are tucked in and your chest touches your thumbs. So you get a sense of like, yeah, that is easier for sure. Nice plank body from your heels to your shoulders. And you think, what can I perfect here? Can you make your neck a little bit longer by depressing those shoulders, reaching the crown of the head forward? You got perfect posture here. You can pause at the top and rest. That's totally fine. Yeah, 3, 2. All right. Pick up those light weights. Light weights are right handy. Off the back of that bench, up, push, down, down. So old school, up and down. Left leg is leading. I go up, push, down, down. Step, punch, down, down. So just that double punch to the front while I'm coordinating the legs. This is more of a mental challenge than anything. Up, push, in, back, up. Yeah, there we go. Super simple like this. It's a coordinated thing. Sometimes we get out of that coordination. We're gonna hold it up on the bench. This is crazy. This feels so hard. Hold it up right here. And we go out, in, down and up. So a little fine tuning, heart rate's up, but you're like, oh, thank God I'm not moving. It's just the arms. Making that T, out, in, exhale, pull, drop. Good. These should be like, yeah, 5s are gonna get heavy, especially if you're using those arms long and straight. Yep. We're gonna do another arm thing here. So this is like fine tuning. And then we're going back to our punching. We'll keep our legs a little bit, not super wide, but you're here. And we're punching right to the center. Right, left, right, left. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So in a combination, if you're truly boxing, this would be a 1, 2, we call this. Yeah, right out in the middle and just a little lean. Shoulders are back and down, but give me that full extension. You make the punch more powerful by the rotation of the body. So these are singles, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Yeah, push. Keeping that cardio up with your arms. And then we're going to do a doubles, 2, 2, 2, 2. And hold it right here. So think about that. You're going to go 2 left, 2 right, 2 left, 2 right. There we go. Lean. Each punch is the same distance. So it's not knocking. It's in, out, in, out. Elbow comes back to the rib cage each time, but you're going straight on. 2 right, 2 left. And look at your weight shifting on that bench. Make sure you're keeping one foot grounded and pivoting from that toe position without moving the toe. Shift and lean. Easier said than done. When I box with my clients and I'm holding the pads, a lot of times I'll move toward it. No, you want to get that body position without the feet moving. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got that little punch over that angle. 1, 2, 3. I don't care how fast you go. You come to the middle. So we're going right back to that middle movement that we did with the lunge with those light weights. Yeah, count that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And you pivot through the middle. That other arm is kind of guarding while you're punching. The other one's kind of up by your head. If you were truly sparring, obviously you'd be waiting for a punch to come back at you. So you guard the face, guard the body. Yeah, now take it wide. This is what your horse stance is. Shoulders are back, arms are coming here. Body shots are like this, from your gut to your opponent's gut, right like that. So I'm not really leaning too far forward. I'm back up And it's like that bicep punch to the gut. That's called a body shot. Really good because it works your upper body, your torso, and then you get that bicep with those light, easy weights. Get right to that navel. Boom, boom. And make sure you're getting that full extension. Yeah, your arms going all the way out and you bring it back to your rib cage. So those are singles. We're gonna do the same exact thing with those arms. It should be starting to burn. Give me doubles. 2 to the gut, 2 right, 2 left, 2 right. Now get that arm up in that guard. 2 right, 2 left. Yes, and you should be feeling, those are your obliques. Contract at that ab, contract here. You're expecting someone coming back at you. That's why you kind of pull that knee in. I lean to the gut. 2, 2. Yeah. That feels really kind of strong. I like that pushing business. And then we've got 4. We did 1, doubles, 4s. Yeah, you can do this. Think about it. Elbows should be sweating right here. Little sweaty elbows. You can shake it out here for a few seconds. We're doing 4. 4 left, 4 right. Last round with this. So load and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't done the whole cycle of just one arm punching. Maybe we'll do that next after we do this leg business. We're getting there. 4 on that right, 4 on the left. Lean, good. Yes, can you get a little bit lower in those legs? Can you get that punch straight out to the gut? And that arm extended. Bend, flex, bend. Yes, flex, extend, flex, extend. You got 5 seconds. Nice job. We're gonna leave the arms alone. All right, right leg only, steps off here. So arms are just by your side. Let that sweat run down to your hands. Right leg, kick. All right, let's go here. Down and kick, down and kick. I've angled a little bit, so my right foot goes behind my left leg and I'm kicking up on that. If you're standing on a clock, think about where your right leg's going. 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, right? 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever that angle is for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, right leg, tap down, up and kick. Arms can be up by here. They can be in guard. Typically when you're kicking, your arms would be here. Up on top we stay. And you're gonna give me these little circles. So forward circles, concentric circles are both moving at the same direction at the same time. Yeah, nice long straight arms. Catching your balance. And stop, go the other direction. Up and back. However big your range can be, feel if you've got clicking or grinding in the shoulder, be real gentle in that movement. And those weights are just nice and lightly handled in your palms. And then we got the other leg to do. 3, 2, hold it right here. Whatever you want with these arms, this just feels better. Left leg's gonna just step back. I turn my right foot a little bit and kick behind and kick, like I'm chamber loading my weight and boom, pushing my weight out. By you standing up, unloading that chamber, push. There's where the power comes from. Yeah, good. Very nice. Boy, this boxing is everything. You're just really not getting a rest, even though sometimes we're just moving the legs. 10 seconds, finish it strong. We've only got a few minutes left. We got some abs and we're gonna do decline abs with those light weights. 4, 3. Okay, relax. Whew. Okay, now we'll make the whole circus narrow. Decline that front of your bench, or you can just lay flat on your mat, your choice. And we're gonna sit on that lowered bench with those weights. Okay, I'm gonna lay down and I'm just gonna bring my feet. I'm gonna lay down, but my head's not gonna lay all the way back. I'm only laying down and I'm looking right over the top of my knees, which I've kind of brought up to the edge of the bench or just heels to the bench. Now, if I lift my feet up, my back wants to compensate for that, and that will require your abs to contract. So if that's too much for you, keep your feet down. You've got your light little weights here like this. You're up, and we're gonna punch, punch, punch. So I'm just punching over my knee. So pretend someone's standing right on the edge of your bench. You're punching at that angle. I'll turn just a little bit so you can kind of see how the back stays. My head is lifted, and my arm is reaching past my knee height. So if you can't get there, you're gonna have to pull the knees in or sit up higher to get that arm past there. Yes, you're looking up over those knees. Your head is vertical and I'm punching out and forward. If the weight is getting to be too much, dump the weights, but I want the arm movement. Right, left, right, left. Yeah, that's a good way. Now arms over your head, legs go up. So now this is challenging on in of itself. We're going to take that swing to the ankles, over my head, that tiny little arm movement, and you're just moving those arms to the ankles. My head never changes that shape, right? My chin is to my chest, my head is vertical. That is not easy. This is all abs, with or without dumbbells in your hands. My feet are not moving. I'm doing that little semicircle with my arms. They touch over my head. That just gives me a brief second of what I feel like is rest, and it's not rest, as you realize. Okay, now we hold the arms parallel to the ground. Feet are coming from that position, right, left. Now you may not drop very low. I can't drop very low before my back wants to arch. So it's a tiny heel drop, heel drop. Ooh, that decline is magic. It does such amazing. It does have to work for you. So your body movements can be smaller to get the same result. So just control. On the decline, we move just a little bit slower because you don't want to throw your back out of this. And the weights are, like I said, are totally optional, but sometimes they help. They actually make some of this movement easier. 3, 2, feet go down. Now you relax upper body. If you have the weights or over your head, come up into this bridge. I just want you to hold this. So right here, you can angle your arms back, and that feels kind of nice for the upper body. My head is just rested on the top of the bench, and I'm squeezing that backside, weights in my heels. There's really no strain. Nothing should be hurting here, but you feel your backside working. Now with those arms like that, and if you have the weights, you can bend them and bring them out into a T. And if that's just getting too much to be heavy, then drop the weights. Because I want you to kind of give that stretch. Actually, yeah, drop the weights, and then let's reach those fingertips out wide. So feel that from the right around that elbow, going down into your forearm, going up into your bicep, that nice stretch. If you don't have any weights in your hands, kind of move your fingers, give me a fist and extend. Bring those arms back up over your head, interlace those fingers and feel that long stretch. Roll your back down gracefully to the bench, and then pull those knees in, and then you're going to look right back up over them. So now I'm hanging on, and I'm going to drop those shoulders. Now this is a stretch for that upper neck. A lot of times after boxing, people say, oh, my neck, kind of your trapezius muscle up in your neck will start to hurt because we start shrugging. This is to stretch them. If you hang on to each of the, right at your knees, and then push your feet to the floor, and then let your body be long, feel that like you're pulling those arms away from your spine. Oh, that feels so good. Let's sit up with this. Oh, and bring those legs straight out, and over the top we go. So you're stretching over the top of those thighs. Oh my goodness. Long in that back. Oh, we're so done. That just flew by today. That's kind of fun. Sometimes when you're mentally challenged, the, the physical part just kind of keeps going. And then by the time you get it, you're like, oh, that was actually kind of physically hard. And then we moved on. Twist a little bit. Oh, we did good. That's a great way to start the day. Stop the beeping. And you may feel that if we just don't do that upper back stuff very often, and we should, take a little forward fold. So tomorrow, if those muscles are kind of feeling it, great. We do something different. The beauty of that is we do something different. Let's roll it up. Okay. Fantastic work. I like it.